Welcome to That's So Us
with Ama.
and Lo.
Join us every Friday as we talk about everything and anything.
From pop culture to mental health to life experiences.
Everyone needs a vent session, and we're ready to connect with you on so many levels.
Be ready to laugh and even cry. Grab some tissues and a drink.
And join us as we turn our 3 a.m. calls into this podcast.
Hey guys.
Hello. How are you?
Back at it again.
Yeah.
Great. How are you?
I'm good.
I was going to say we just booked a flight, but we literally...
I'm going to book it after this. Like,
okay,
if you're
cool.
down, I'm going to, I have
I'm
to anyways.
so down. I was like, I'm going to go to Atlanta in October for basically the whole month. But I know Amanda and I really wanted to go to LA for Halloween. So I think that's what we're going to do. And we were looking at flights, and it's like a reasonable price because she also has credits that she has to use.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's how spontaneous we are with flying.
Literally, and we had literally have not discussed this beforehand.
No, literally not even, no, nothing. So if anyone has any recommendations on Airbnbs or hotels in LA for cheap, let us know.
Yeah, and that doesn't have bugs. I'd
That doesn't
appreciate
have
that.
any bugs. We don't like bed bugs.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. Thank you.
But yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, I didn't want to say why are we so awkward? Do you want to say your highs and your lows? Not you still choking.
Me still okay, honestly, my cough, I haven't coughed almost all day, and then of course it starts just now. My high is I'm literally leaving for the Bahamas today, well, later tomorrow. I mean, earlier tomorrow at 2 a.m. So I'll be in the Bahamas in 2 days.
Oh my
And
God,
I'm
so
so excited.
exciting.
I've never been.
Where's where's it the cruise port from or leave from?
Orlando.
Okay.
So we go from Orlando to Nassau to Princess K, I think it is. And then from then we're spending days at sea and then going back to Orlando.
So fun. I've never been on a cruise.
The last time I went was 2017, but I went with my family, and it's totally different going with your family than it is your friends.
Yeah.
Especially I was so young, and I feel like the Carnival Cruise Line is definitely a party cruise line. So yeah, completely different.
Yeah, I feel like anything is different when it's with your family versus your friends.
Yeah, 100%. So that was my high. And then my low is just post-concert depression from seeing Beyonce. She was so good. It was such a good show.
Yeah.
I'm so obsessed.
Chris was so jealous.
Her vocals were just out of this world insane. Obviously I knew it was gonna be good, but the runs that she was doing and the notes that she was hitting, I was blown away.
Yeah.
So good.
Well,
the drive there was kind of intense though.
Oh my God, and back with the storm.
Yeah, and then back with the storm. Also, so I rode with my sister, and she had the idea of riding on the car, buy us a drink to the Renaissance tour. Um it was 8 hours there and 8 hours back, and we didn't receive not even $1. And then on the side of the car, it said, "Honk if you love Beyonce." No honks. We got one honk,
That's rude.
and it was the valet.
Not that.
It was so sad. I was like, wow. So, yeah, that would be my low for the week.
Oh my God. Okay, well, my low would be the storm. I have 2 lows. The storm that we had because it was insane. There was a tornado that formed 15 minutes from my house, and I thought it was coming for me. This is it. It's over. And then my other low is that I have a sunburn on my scalp, which is very common for me. because like I don't know, I guess like my hair and because I'm pale, like it just attracts the sun, and I don't like wearing
Mm,
hats because then I feel like my face won't get tan because I like the hat's covering my face. This whole
right.
thing. So that's my second low, and then my high. Well, I think last week I was talking about how I saw like one of my old high school friends. Anyways, I reached out to a different high school friend. So like we're gonna take it back. In high school, I was like really close friends with these two girls who like have stayed like best friends like from high school to now. And like we were all really close. And then after high school, I kind of just fell out with everyone. I messaged one of them and I was like, hey, like we haven't spoken in a while. And like I knew like she lived like right next to my house, but like I also didn't know she still lived there. And I was like, if you're
Mhm.
down, like I'd like to like get like coffee or like a drink or something and like catch up. And she was like down. And then she invited her other friend who was my old friend too. Anyways, this sounds really complicated. We all went for drinks and it was so fun. And we all just like reconnected and it was really fun. It felt like I was
Cute.
back in high school except minus the like toxicness of
Right,
high
like the
school.
drama part, yeah.
Yeah. And like it's just like it was so cool to like hear what they were doing now because obviously in high school we were like 16, like
Mhm.
God knows what we were doing. And like one of them is a full like on like social worker and the other one is like in the
Wow,
music world like full time and it's just like cool to see where we
yeah.
are now. So yeah, that would be my high.
Cute, cute.
Oh yeah, the card. I'm just staring at you like, okay, she gonna speak. So the card today is describe your perfect day.
My perfect day. Like, in my hometown, my perfect day? Or,
I
like, actually
guess.
my perfect day? Because like,
Actually,
my
let's
perfect
just do
day
your
would
perfect day.
definitely
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I would definitely be, like, waking up super early in the morning, going to watch the sunrise, and then, like, spending literally all day at the beach.
Okay.
That's, like, a
So we have
perfect day.
very different perfect days. My perfect day would be waking up, going to like a local coffee shop, grabbing a coffee. What else do I like to do? I like sitting outside, but like not necessarily doesn't have to be like a beach. Just like sitting
Mhm.
outside with like nice weather, hit up like a bookstore or something. And
Yeah,
yeah, I like low key days, like just like vibey, fun
yeah,
days. So that'd be
true.
my perfect day.
I like flea markets too, so I could spend hours at, like, flea markets or thrift stores.
Oh my God, yes. When we go back to LA, you have to go to like
Yeah,
more thrift stores and like actually look
yeah,
for them and not go to
and
the
be there
fucking
for
places on
hours.
TikTok that says is a thrift store and then I walk
Yeah.
in and the shirt's $500.
Dude, I don't even know that like, why that popped up because that's totally not a thrift store. At least from what I've heard, that's not a
Yeah.
thrift store.
I don't know.
Cute.
Yeah.
I love our perfect days. Should
Yeah.
we do our little song of the week?
Yes, I didn't even pick one. You can go
Yeah.
first.
Let me look. Okay, let me see what I've been listening to. Oh, actually, you know what? There's this song called "Never in My Wildest Dreams." It is so good,
By
and,
who?
I think his name is Dan something. I don't remember his
Okay.
last name, but
Well, it'll
literally
be on the playlist once you find it.
yeah, it will be on the playlist. Um, I remember watching Outer Banks. It was, like, the 1st
Mhm.
season, I think. No, maybe it was the 2nd season. Because there's 3 seasons, right?
Um, I think so.
I think there's 3. So I think it was the 2nd season when they're, like, in the Bahamas, which is kinda crazy because they were in Nassau, and I'll literally be there in 2 days, so I'm gonna have to play that song
Oh my God,
in the
yes.
Bahamas, because that's where they were when they listened to it. It was, like, the scene where Maddie and, um or not Maddie, what's her name? Sarah and John B were, like, dancing, but
Okay, I
it's,
think I
like, so
know.
cute, and I wanna play it at my wedding.
Oh,
So cute.
love that. My song is from Mahalia's newest album, which if you don't listen to her, you should. I think right now my favorite one from the album is Terms and Conditions. I think like the vibe's just like really good.
So good.
So yeah,
Literally
I
so
like that
good.
one. Yeah. And honestly, I like started listening to her music, I would say like 5, 6 years ago. But like I didn't know
Mhm.
she was in like the industry since she was 12, which is crazy because she's still like a really small artist. Um But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's her time to shine.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's cute. I heard her
so
album the other day.
so good.
Was it an album or EP?
It's an album. I think it's her second album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one with, JoJo that was really good. I loved it.
Yeah. Yes. But anyways, today's topic is a fun one. We're going to talk all about like angel numbers and signs from the universe and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, where do you wanna start? Because I feel like there's so much that we could say.
Honestly, so like when did you start getting into like angel numbers, manifestation and all that stuff?
I feel like it was maybe 3 years ago, kind of,
Mhm.
like, after, like, a pretty difficult time in my life, and, I don't know, like, I grew up really religious,
Mhm.
and then I kinda just became more spiritual after. Just, like, I don't know, after going through, like, a hard, rough time in your life and you, like, figure out certain things and you get to, like, learn about yourself more and more, I think that kind of just stunted my, like, spiritual journey, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
even
like,
know
2,
how
3 years ago.
I like got into it. Um Honestly, I don't even know. Like I feel like one day
Yeah.
I was like on Tumblr probably and like I started reading about angel numbers and stuff and I was like what is that? And then after like reading about it and like learning more about it, I started like seeing like angel numbers everywhere and I was like, "Oh, like I never like realized
Yeah.
this." And then I just started like deep diving and like reading into all this stuff and everything and it's
Yeah.
like really interesting but like really kind of weird at the same time.
And everyone's like, once you start seeing them, like, it doesn't stop, and it's so
Yeah.
true. So true.
I don't know. Yeah, like I like even when I'm not looking for them, they're just like there. Like sometimes I'm walking and I turn around and I just see like a number that's literally been following me. And it's so cool how like
Yeah.
all of them mean like such different things.
Mhm. Are there certain ones that you see, like, pretty often?
I think the ones I see the most are 222 and 444. And then I used to see like on like buildings like 777 a lot, but it's like
Mhm.
less common to see that because it's not like a number on like a clock. Those like I like
Right.
222 and 444 I see like on my phone all the time whenever it's that time. Like I always tend to like look at my phone.
Yeah,
777's more like on the street type of
that's
vibes.
true. That's funny. Actually, I saw 222 and 444 today on my clock. Um, but I normally see 1111, 111, 911. I've seen since high school, which is weird. Um, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, I see all the time too.
Mm,
But 222, we almost got that tattooed on us.
mhm. And now like I still see that number all the time, but I have such
I do
like bad
too.
vibes from it now because I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, like I know it means something good, but like whenever I see it, I just like think of like the not good stuff associated to it.
Right, right, right.
And it
Like
just
that
annoys
time
me.
period.
Exactly. Like I
Yeah.
can't like see it without like thinking about that, you know?
Hmm. Hmm. It's funny, my one of my other friends always sees that number too, and she's like, "I wanna get that tattooed," and I was like, "Almost got that tattooed, but"
Literally, but Loki, thank God we did it. Yeah. Imagine. That'd have been fun.
Oh, boy. I do have 1111 tattooed on me, though.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah,
Ugh, I want so many more tattoos.
I
I want
know,
them.
but I need to go to Europe for them because 'cause they're
Mhm.
trying to
I'm
charge, like,
trying to
200 here
yeah,
for, like, a little baby word, and I'm like, "I paid 60 in
literally.
Spain, so absolutely not."
Yeah, when I'm in Europe this summer, because 'cause I'm gonna be in Italy for, like, 7 days, so, like, I feel like I have, like, a little bit more downtime, so I'm gonna try and find a tattoo place and, like, get
If
some
they
there.
have Noble Art in Italy, you should go there
Okay.
because that's where I went, and
I'm gonna write it down.
well, yeah. They have Noble Art in New York, But
But
I
it's
just think that
probably
it's yeah, it's just
expensive.
expensive. I try to go to the Noble Art one in Zurich, and that was also really expensive, so it just, like, depends where you're at. I
The
feel like
location.
Italy might be expensive, but Spain was literally 60 for one, and then the rest were 40, and I have, like, 5. So,
Yeah, that's definitely
and I
not
got them
prices here or anything.
yeah,
The
I
only
got them
place that,
all
like
on the same day.
that's good. I think the only place so, like, one of my tattoo artists that I would, like, go to frequently, she was like, "Oh, like, if you want, like, 3, 4 small ones, I can do, like, all of them for, like, 120." But, like, I know I can, like, get probably better, like, elsewhere,
Mm,
but and then I also feel bad if, like, they don't remember that they said that and I don't wanna ask, you know? So,
yeah,
anyways, but yeah. I kind of maybe I'll get 444 one day. We'll see.
yeah.
But yeah. So, like, when you, like, think of things and you're like, "Oh, like, that's a sign from the universe," like, what type of things are they usually, like do they usually consist of when you think of that?
Um, Angel numbers for sure, and then, like, butterflies. Well, I connect butterflies with, like, my aunt who passed
Mhm.
a while ago, so it's just, like, every time I see one, I'm like, "This is just a sign from, like, her."
Yeah.
And, like, whatever the situation may be, it's like, I just feel more like, just at peace with everything.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't know, I can't even think right now. What are yours?
Also numbers. Um,
Mhm.
I feel like, what do I see often? I mean, I feel like I see
Yeah,
mushrooms all
I'm
the
trying to
time, but,
think.
I don't know if that's a sign or anything, but, like, I think it's so fun when, like, people, like, see mushrooms and they send me a picture and they're like, "Oh, like, I thought of you." I think that's
Yeah,
cute, but that has nothing to do with that. But I don't know. I feel like it's just, like, numbers or, like, when things happen, I'm like, "Oh, like, that's a sign of, like, something." But it's so hard to think
yeah,
about it right now.
yeah. Or,
Or,
like,
like
when we're,
oh,
like,
go.
talking sorry. When we're, like, talking about something, um, and then all of a sudden, like, I just start seeing, like, the person's name
Mhm.
pop up or, like, whatever, like, a situation, it just, like, starts popping up out of nowhere, like, on street signs or, like, in books or whatever, and I'm like, it's just literally it's a sign.
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
that
say,
happens
like
quite often.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, when sometimes I'm thinking about something or, like, I'm going through it, and then, like, I'll come across, like, a quote or, like, something that, like, resonates with what I was thinking about, kinda like what you were just saying. I always take, like,
Yeah,
that as, like, okay, that's a sign from, like, the gods. But yeah.
yeah, 100%. I think dreams for me are also signs.
Mhm.
I think the craziest one that didn't happen to me, but my sister had a dream when, this was before she found out that she was pregnant, and
Mhm.
she literally had a dream that she was holding a baby boy
Oh my
named
god.
Liam. Like, in her dream, his name was Liam, and literally now I have a nephew named Liam, so it's just,
Did
like,
she
really
know she
funny.
was gonna name him that before having him?
N like, no, I'm pretty sure she named him that because of the dream
The
that she
dream? Oh my
had.
god, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Isn't
That's so
that
cool.
crazy?
Yeah.
So, so crazy. I feel like just repetitive experiences or, like, those moments of, like, déjà vu, I feel like
Mhm.
might be signs that you're, like, right place, right time kinda thing,
Yeah.
or, like, continuing on, like, the right path, I guess.
Yeah, like, when it's, like when you're, like, thinking about something, you're like, "I don't know if I should do this," or, like, whatever, but then, like, there's
Yeah.
something that pops up that's like, "You should," type of thing.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I think, like, that though, like, signs from the universe and, like, angel numbers and everything kinda led me to, like, getting into manifestation as well, and, like, that whole, like, world. Because, like, when like,
100%.
a few years ago when I would be hear people be like, "Oh, like, I manifested this," or whatever, I'd be like, "Okay, like, they're weird, like, what are they talking
Yeah.
about?"
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now I feel like I've, like, things have just, like, happened when, like I don't even have to do, like, the whole, like, process of manifesting because I feel like a lot of people go, like, really in depth, and maybe if I did all those things, I'd have
yeah.
more things happen to me, but, like, in my
Yeah,
notes app, like, I have certain things, like, written down, and I'm like, this will happen, blah, blah." And, like, sometimes I just, like, think about something happening and then it ends up happening, um, which is, like, really weird, but, like, really cool at the same time. But that,
Mhm.
like, kinda started my journey with manifestation, and, like, most of the times when I manifest things, I just, like, write it down, and, like, I'll say it out loud sometimes as if, like, I'm living
Yeah.
in it, but that's
Is
kind
it
of
just,
how, like,
like,
I do it.
you writing it down just, like, once? Or is it, like,
Most times,
multiple,
like,
like
I feel like I have some things in my notes that, like let me see if I have any.
or, like,
Um,
different methods, I guess?
I mean, I feel like, yeah, there's, like, people who do scripting, there's people who do, like,
Mhm.
other things, I don't even
I
know,
think
like, there's
there's
so many.
one called the I think it's 369 method or something like that, where it's like actually, I'm not even gonna say it because I kind of
I
forget
think I
even
know
though
what
I
you're talking
used to
about.
do it, and it's weird because I have, like, this notebook that I used to do it like, literally
Mhm.
manifest with, and I would write all of the things that like I thought of it as, like, I had already done it,
Yeah.
and that's how I wrote it. And then literally I was looking at it the other day, I'm like, everything came true. But it's not
Mhm.
little things. They're like big things that it's like that's so crazy.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
like, I have one where it was, like, back when I was working at Apple and I was like, "I'm gonna quit my job and, like, work for myself full time." And, like, it
Mhm.
didn't happen in that exact order, but it did end up happening. So, like, things like that, like, I think I just write it and I'm like, "Okay, like, whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I think it's just, like, half my notes are just, like, random things that, like, I'm, like, manifesting this and stuff, and then I'll go through it and just, like, see something.
Yeah. It's so
But
crazy. I feel like also, what are they called? Like at the beginning of the year when you make what the frick is it called?
vision boards.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
I feel like that's a great way of manifesting because you're like thinking about it and like
Mhm.
actually like actively well, some people like actually cut things out of magazines, like,
Mhm.
glue it on like a poster board or whatever. I know we got together and we did it like digitally, but I don't know, I feel like that's just a great way of kind of
Mhm.
just manifesting in general.
Yeah, and we have to keep up that tradition.
Yeah, that was cute.
I feel like a few of my things, like, actually ended up happening.
Yeah.
Like, I remember I had something for, like, 2 artists that I like, and they both, like, ended up happening. And then I have travel on here, which, like, I feel like this year, like, I traveled quite a lot, I feel like. Sometimes I
Mhm.
get the years mixed up. And then we have our podcast this podcast that we started that was on it last year, like, a lot of
Yeah,
things actually ended up happening.
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
I think a big thing with it though is like you have to visualize it, you have to want it, and actually physically believe like think about it as like you have already like done the thing or you already have the thing or whatever
Mhm.
and actually like tap into those emotions and then just let it go. Like you accept
Mhm.
it and then you just let it go and like kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because it's just like
Yeah.
you can't dwell on it because like technically like it's not like you have whatever it is,
Mhm.
but like you have to feel like you already do
Yeah.
because then you will
Exactly.
get it.
Mhm.
And I feel
Yeah.
like it's ever since I started thinking that way, like, things have happened to me where I'm just, like,
Mhm.
mind blown, like,
Yeah.
craziness, for
Yeah, and I
real.
feel like people think, like, you do those things and then a week later it happens, but, like, you also have to be patient, like, if it was
Yeah,
that
no,
easy, everyone would do it, like, all the time.
right. No, divine timing is so important, like, I mean,
Mhm.
everything happens for a reason, everything happens when it's meant to happen, and, like, just I don't know,
Just,
like
like,
I said,
believe it
kinda
and
just
it'll happen and trust the
yeah,
process.
exactly, trust the process 100%.
Mhm.
That's so
Yeah, like, there's
important.
a lot of big things that, like, I've been, like, trying to manifest for a while that haven't, like, come true yet, but it's just, like, I
Yeah,
know it will happen sooner or
yeah,
later, but, like, I'd rather it happen when it's supposed to happen than be rushed and, like, not work out how I want it to be.
yeah, 100%. But also, it's like whatever or whoever is like making you doubt like the power of manifestation, kind of just like turn a blind eye because like it genuinely works.
Mhm.
Like
No,
for real.
exactly. Yeah. Like
Because there,
mhm.
sorry.
No, I don't even
You
know what I was
go.
gonna say. I don't know what
Okay.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say there like are a lot of people that I know who like are just not spiritual
Mhm.
human beings who are more religious who are kind of just like, yeah, well like that doesn't work or like I don't know. People are like manifestation is like okay. People in my life think that everything that has to do with like spirituality and manifestation, like crystals and stuff like that, is like dark or like witchcraft,
Mhm.
which is weird. And that's when I say like turn a blind eye to people, like just don't like that's their thing, you know, if they think that that's their opinion, you can respect it. You don't have to believe it. I don't believe what they believe, and it's fine. But I don't even know where I was going with this.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean
um,
though,
yeah,
like not everyone's gonna believe it, but
yeah,
like if you believe it, then like that's all that really matters because it's like your
yeah, exactly.
manifestations, not someone else's. So just do what you gotta do to get to what you want. And again,
Yeah,
like I
for
said, like
real.
it's not just like you think about it and then it happens. Like you actually have to put in work too. Like
Yeah,
for example, when I was like, I want to quit like Apple and work for myself, like I didn't just sit there and then it all happened. Like I had to like work towards like working for myself. But in the end, like
mhm,
everything kind of fell into place for me. So it's just like you have to put in the work as well.
yeah. Oh, 100%. No, I remember tweeting this one time where someone asked me how I get like a lot
Oh
of
my
money to
god,
go on
yes.
trips or something, and I remember being like it just comes to me or something like
Like
that.
money just
And that's
comes to me,
really
yeah.
like my mentality is money just comes to me, but at the same time it's more so the opportunities to make money come to me very easily than obviously just the money coming. But I will say money randomly comes. So
Well, I
so
mean,
much
right
so to
now you
the
just said like
point.
the reason you were able to like potentially book this trip was because you got
Yeah.
money that came.
Yeah, no, quite literally
And I technically have money that came, but like in a different form.
in a different way, right. So like even when you think of it like that, it's just like you're letting go of that feeling of like financial insecurity and just thinking of it in a way that like you already have it or like
Mhm.
the abundance is always there and it just comes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. At the end of the day, like I feel like for me, like with money wise, I like stress a lot. I think because like being self-employed, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, like if I don't keep up like this shit's not gonna come to me, blah, blah, blah. And whenever I get
Mhm.
in those mindsets, that same day people reach out to me and they're like, hey, like, can you edit this for me or like whatever?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I know it's gonna be fine. I think sometimes I just overthink things and like everything
Yeah.
kind of falls into place. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. It all happens for a reason for sure.
Yes.
Um,
I mean, at the end of the day, like, obviously, if you don't believe in this, you don't believe in this, but I would, like, take the time
yeah.
and, like, really, like, kind of just, like, research it because it's, like, even if you don't believe in it, I think it's also just, like, super cool, and
Yeah.
there's, like, a lot of things that I still don't know about, like, manifestation and, like, signs of the universe and everything, and, like, I recently started reading about, like, divine like feminine stuff and like the divine world and stuff. And I feel like there's just
Mhm.
like so many brackets of like this whole like spirituality universe stuff that like I
Yeah.
still want to like uncover. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I feel like when we talk about manifestation too, it kind of dives into like a living in delusion kind of.
Mhm.
And I don't know, there's so many people who like think that that's like a bad thing because like you're not being realistic and like you're kind of just like dreaming about something that is so far fetched from like reality. But at the
Mhm.
same time, it's like I feel like we live in a world where quite literally your mind is so powerful that you can like change so many things by literally just thinking about it in like a positive way.
Yeah.
And if you constantly like live in like this delusional state where it's like, yeah, everything's like gonna go my way, or like I said, like money just comes, then it's like it literally just does. And things just
Yeah.
happen. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy though.
And they happen, like, when you're least, like, expecting it to, like, I'll,
Yeah.
like, think of something and be like, "I want this," like, whatever, like, "I'm gonna get this," and then it ends up happening, and I'm like, "Oh, shit," like,
Mhm.
I was, like, talking about this or, like, writing about this, like, months ago, and, like, it happened.
Yeah.
So,
No, even with this trip that we wanted to book, we're like, we wanna go to LA
I
for
remember
Halloween.
we wanted to go first we wanted to go this month. Like, at the beginning of
Yeah.
the year, we were like, "Oh," like, July, then we looked at the
Right,
flights and
right,
we were
right,
like,
right.
"Oh," and then you were like, "I also have this trip," and then we ended up just booking to come here, but then we were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, like, we should go for, like, Halloween and stuff," and then we kinda just didn't speak about it again,
Yeah.
and, like, honestly, I think, like, a few weeks ago, I was like, "Oh, like, we planned that," but then I was like, "Oh, no, like, she's going to her cousin's for, like, 2 weeks or
Dude,
3
no, I
weeks,"
was thinking it too. I
and
was
then I was
thinking
like
about it. I was like,
I
"Wait."
was like, "I'm not gonna ask because I feel like her life's so busy." And I was like, "Well, just go next year." But, like, I have been wanting to go back to LA, but I was like, I also
Mhm.
don't wanna go, like, alone type of
Yeah,
thing because I feel like it's just more f like, I
yeah,
have friends there, but it's just more fun when, like, you go with someone because like,
with
you know
someone,
they'll be
yeah.
free the same times as you because 'cause you're going together.
Right.
And yeah, I'm also, like, not the biggest Halloween person. Personally, I don't like it, but I'm like, I feel like if it were, like, in, like, a fun place, it'll be more
Yeah.
fun.
Wait, I remember last year too, we wanted to go to Halloween Horror Nights, right? Was that what we wanted to do?
Yes. We
And we
have to
never
go this
didn't
time.
do it?
We
Yeah,
have to
we'll
go.
go. We'll go. Even though I'm terrified of, like, all of that, like, stuff.
But I feel like
We'll
it'll
go.
just be, like,
I'm
a
just
fun
scared of being
experience.
scared. I'm scared of
Oh,
being
me
scared,
too.
and I'm
Like, I'll
scared of the
yell.
dark, and I just don't like it.
It's okay, it'll be fun. It'll be a fun experience. Then we could talk about it on the podcast.
Oh, 100%. A little
Um,
Halloween episode.
yes. About how we shat our pants
Yeah.
in
No,
a
literally.
haunted house.
In a haunted house.
Oh my god, yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited now. We gotta plan Halloween costumes and everything.
I haven't planned a Halloween costume in years. The last time I had a costume was with Chris, I think, like, right before COVID.
Mhm,
And I was like someone from I don't know if the TV show The Recess was, like, a thing in the States.
mhm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think her name was Spinelli from The Recess, and that was my last
Mm.
costume that I remember. I know you were Madison last year.
Yeah, I was Madison, which
Mhm.
I wanted to be a bride, and then plans changed.
Mhm.
I kind of had to, rework my costume last minute because I was going to Europe, so
Mhm. No, this year we have to find, like, a cute, like, duo and, like, recreate that.
yes, 100%. I'm just trying to think of, like, what's something cute we could do.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it.
Yeah, look on Pinterest.
No, literally, me right now. But yeah, anyways, do you have anything else to
I don't
say?
think so. I feel like we covered everything that we wanted to talk about. I think at the
Same.
end of the day, it's just like focus
Believe in
on what you
yourself.
believe in yourself, don't worry about others' opinions, and I don't know, visualize
And
the life
things will
that you
come to you.
want. Yeah, I was literally just gonna say visualize the life that you want and it will come to fruition, but be very
Mhm.
specific about what you want.
Yeah.
Like to the point where you're like just very specific, like the littlest details, like down to the grit of
Mhm.
like what you want to experience. Like, yeah, just
Yeah,
visualize it, believe it, want it, accept it, and then let it go. And it will happen.
I agree.
Coming from experience, it will happen.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I had to say.
That's it for today's episode.
Thank you for
Thanks for tuning
listening.
in.
Don't forget to follow this podcast on all the socials. Follow and subscribe wherever you're listening to it on. Leave a review, and we will talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.